Hey, good morning, everyone. Sarasota Cowboy Tim coming to you from the home base here in Laughlin, Nevada, behind the Tropicana Casino. And check out that view this morning. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not going to exaggerate. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay? Are you ready? This place is supposed to be a very inhospitable, super hot climate in the summer, and no doubt it is. Triple digits. I have been here a few days. I've never experienced prettier weather. One day it got to be 91, but again at night it cooled down. It wasn't cold, it wasn't even cool, it was comfortable. The first night it had the cool, chilly evening. Last night it was chilly. It's 57 degrees currently and warming up to 83 beautiful degrees today. And I had to turn the furnace on this morning. Soon, they keep warning me that it's going to be egg frying weather on the sidewalk. But let me tell you, there is no place in America that has a drier, more comfortable, more scenic, more beautiful, friendliest people, the right amount of population, that's a big one right there, than right here. Now, those few months that it cooks, you know, not everybody leaves. The town doesn't close. There's people here. But a lot of people do go north, and that's no doubt what I'll do. I want to experience and travel and see with this beautiful motorhome I have, or camper I should say. And I'm going to bring it to you through the lens of my iPhone. But this morning, we're heading over to Human Bean. I could have made my own coffee, but I'm excited about getting to the gym. I haven't missed a day yet. And I have to stop at Walmart to see if I can get myself a new selfie stick. That right there is the Colorado Bell that went out of business during the pandemic, and they never reopened it. And I'm waiting for a long light here, and so you're not bored. There it is. It's turning yellow. We're going to be able to go. The windshield, I apologize for that video a couple days ago that quite a few of you said was blurry. What happens is, like, there's a spot on the windshield right there, a bug. And this, I'm trying to get this truck clean. I want to get it detailed. But the guy didn't call me back yesterday. There's the In-N-Out burger. See, all these casinos allow RV parking. But out here on the main road, it's not as cool as where I'm at. Look at that view back there. Look at that. Now, I think this is going to be home for me in the wintertime. This guy got him a little Honda. That's a small one. He's got lights on. Oh, he wanted to go so he could get in front of me. He needs gasoline. Probably only holds 1.5 gallons. Here is the Aquarius. Hey, they're right. I got to go right here. You see it from the top, Boot Barn. You see the sign, Boot Barn? The recording stopped because my alarm went off to take my eye drops. I'm going into that Boot Barn. I have $30 in my pocket. Remember when I went to BJ's Wholesale and I got those free steaks? Well, I spent some good money in there on some cowboy boots and jeans, and I got $30, and I already know what I want. You know, there wasn't a Boot Barn really near me after I left here. There was, but there wasn't. And now that it's like right next door here, I'm going to spend my $30 in there. And I should have bought it when I was there. Yeah, it's called a boot puller, and they're $25. You stick your heel of your boot in it. You probably know what I'm talking about already. And your other foot goes in the back, and you just lift your foot right out. You can take your boots off, any boot. I don't care how tight they are. Right off your foot. All right, enough about boots. There is the Colorado River going to pass over in a moment into Arizona. Beautiful Arizona. beautiful Nevada. Both these states. I can't decide where I'd like to live for the rest of my days. Nevada doesn't have state sales tax. I don't know what the, state tax. I don't know what the sales tax is on either one. I know the cost of living or the price of houses is probably better in Bullhead City. But, I think Bullhead City is probably more convenient to be on 95 over there near the Walmart, Planet Fitness, and all the stores, right where we're going right now. 83 gorgeous degrees in the desert. You gotta love it.
Welcome to Arizona.
Thank you. So, I'm going to get a medium coffee this morning at the Human Bean. 76 plus acres and river frontage. They're selling this right here. Folks, I predict this. I predict my videos and promotion and the way world is going. Look, 76 acres and river frontage. All this is for sale. I predict it will be built on and developed very soon. I predict a lot of people are going to be moving from these high-cost states because of this crazy inflation, because they are out of money. It's unsustainable to pay these high rents and high fuel costs and high everything, and they're moving to areas that are cheaper. But don't blink, because this place will get more expensive as well. It's not even cheap. Laughlin and Bullhead City, 10, 20 years ago was free. They were giving land away here. Let's get in here and get it with the chocolate-covered coffee beans. I'm a happy man. Look, I got the medium. It was 25 cents more. So I would always get a medium because it was $3 for the small. But guess what? Free! I don't know. I guess because you download the app in your first one or something. Got my little chocolate-covered espresso bean. I didn't get it black. You know why? She remembered me. She said, "Hi, small coffee with a half and half." I said, "Make it a medium." That was so nice that she remembered me. And then I said, I downloaded the app. She says, "Great." And then she scans it. She goes, "You got a free coffee? You want to use your free coffee?" I go, "There's a bear." Do you know who you're talking to? Oh man, this is worth the wait now. I haven't even had the first sip yet. Walmart's next door. I'm going to go in and pray they have my selfie stick. This is so hot today. It's like nitro. Wow. Just half and half. Hopefully you guys don't think there's anything wrong with that. I understand the sugar deal. I gotta get away from it. Oh, that's the best coffee I ever drank in my life. So good. With those, get you some espresso beans. My eyes are, the sun is blazing. I'm in the desert. Hey, 65 degrees. Gotta love it, baby. 65 degrees. Feels like through this window it's 90 because magnification of the sunlight. This is good coffee. The Human Bean. Isn't that catchy? You see, I could make Bullhead City my home because Human Bean coffee Walmart. There's 3 Walmarts. Planet Fitness, 24 hours. They don't do 24 hours on the weekends, but during the week it's 24 hours. Auto repair. I didn't see a Toyota dealer, but plenty of auto repair. Walmart's got a auto service center at this one, up here. I'm pretty sure I saw that. And look at all these stores back here I didn't even know about. There's everything. Everything. And look at that. This reminds me of California and San Diego in the day. You go down the street and there would be just dirt lots, not built on yet. Just like little trails. Oh man, that's good coffee. Pretty cool, my friends. This is awesome. Watch this. Okay, you got this back over here, all the way around. Look, mountains all the way, keep coming, all the way right there. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There's this church, and then look. This is what I'm looking at. That's Laughlin over there. Look how you see that road. Right on the other side of that ridge is beautiful homes and Laughlin. Now, let me show you down here. There's greenery. Look at all this greenery down here. It's what's so cool about being here is you have this desert, like another planet. Very harsh looking, baked up, inhospitable, cooked up ground like lava, like you know it gets hot here. Look at this, land for sale. And then you have this oasis down near the river of all that greenery. That's where a lot of the people obviously want to live, is right on the Colorado River, so all down through there. Let me zoom in, I'll show you something over here. Looking to the south towards Mojave City. See all that greenery and homes. Folks, if you can't tell, I really have taken to this place. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Oh, that's good coffee. Best I ever drank in my life. The secret is, let me turn the phone back around. I gotta tell you. The secret is, I really feel like God brought me back here a month later because I had a good feeling about it when I was here with the cramper, the little teardrop. And then Vince came by and he happened to have a picture of a house for sale in Laughlin, actually, on the other side of the river in Nevada. I'm in Arizona right now. Where'd Walmart? Where'd it go? Well, anyway. So I kept looking for signs. I kept thinking, okay, this is meant to be. I'm supposed to live here. And he shows me this phone number and this house for sale. And then we looked it up and we were looking at the wrong price. So we called the realtor. He knows the realtor from a few years ago. Not personally, but he just talked to him. Vince is a smart guy. Vince is good finance. He knows what he's talking about. So when the realtor got on the phone, who answered on a Sunday because he had his cell phone on there, when we talked to him, long story short, both Vince and Vince actually said it, you can call 50. He says, no, you could call 100 realtors and none of them would talk to you like that guy just did. I mean, a straight shooter from the word go. 35 years right here in this area selling real estate. Kevin's his name. I don't know his last name. I have to look it up. Highly recommend him. He started telling me about the property that we inquired about, and then he talked about some properties over here in Bullhead City. He said, are you stuck on, wanting to be in Laughlin? I said, no. I said, Bullhead City is actually where I'd like to be. He goes, oh, well, I got all kinds of deals and properties and options and things like that. So he was actually going to show me some stuff. But here's what happened. I changed my mind. But not permanently. I've just put it on hold. I don't want to waste the man's time. So I let him know that we got all hopped up yesterday talking to Vince and looking at the real estate and the sign. And Vince was like, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. Well, when we called, we found out that was a Zestimate value. It wasn't what the lady was asking for it. He was actually honest enough to say that the lady's asking too much. He even told me that. And then he started talking about conventional mortgages, this other type of financing that's available that a lot of people use to buy investment properties and Airbnbs. It's a little higher interest rate, but your approval is based on not your income and your tax returns and your job and all that. It's more based on the rental value of what you can get for rent. It's an interesting thing. You probably know about it, some of you. And I can go either way. I have very good credit and all that stuff, but it was interesting. So I got more interested. And then I talked to my very good friend that I put a lot of confidence in, my 84-year-old friend Fred, and I ran it past him. And this was another sign from God, is, to wait on his timing, not to get in too much of a hurry. Now, I thought the timing that Vince came there and showing me that sign and that picture of that property and getting this guy's phone number and me being back here already in a month, that the sign is to look here and buy here and do something now and all that kind of stuff. Well, it isn't, because here's why. I am just starting. I have a brand new luxury, beautiful camper that I'm just starting to travel with. And I need to get the heck out of Dodge here in a couple of weeks because it's going to be inhospitable here. It's going to be hot. Now, does everybody in Bullhead City and Laughlin leave and there's no one here? They close the town? No. But is it hot? Yes. People that have air conditioning just sitting aside. Vince said what you do is you do all your business from like 10 p.m. till sunrise. We're vampires. And then otherwise, even my friend Dean told me over in Vegas, it's hot there too, that during the summer, they just basically, because it's a hot air, it's dry heat, but it's a hot air. It's like a furnace, like burns your skin. So he said it's the being claustrophobic. It's not claustrophobic. It's being shut in during the summer is what's frustrating. I said, well, is that really what most of the people do in Vegas and here is they just stay sequestered in the summer if they don't leave? And I guess the answer is a lot of them, yes. Unless you can, you really like hot air. I'm talking 110 degrees or higher. It can get very hot. I passed Walmart, so I'm going to go back. We're just driving around drinking coffee. So I let the realtor know this morning, and he was very kind and I'm sure was somewhat disappointed. Thought he had maybe a deal going there. I told him he's my man, though, when I come back. But Fred tells me this. Now, I don't like and won't ever talk politics on the channel. Religion? Heck yeah. I don't hang my head when I say it either. But politics, as far as I'm concerned, folks, are all the same rats with different heads. They're all tainted. They all get there. They all get their pallet of cash to sign their way. It's a club, and we ain't in it. But Fred seems to say and believe and hopes, and I do too, that the election, if it swings the other way, if we change the administration or whatever, that possibly things could come down. We could see a correction in the market. Gas prices could come down. Interest rates could come down. Housing prices could come down. Now, whether you believe that or not, I don't care. I don't know what to believe either. Because to be honest with you, I'll look at you in the eye and tell you this. I thought the correction, that's why I bought the coach, was to come a year ago or 6 months ago. I didn't see how this could be so sustainable. But it seems like everybody's moneyed up. It seems like everybody's got pocket full of hundreds. They're at the malls, they're at the restaurants, they're just shopping, they're spending, they're buying, they're going, they're doing, they're cruising. I mean, it doesn't seem to be any end to it. And yet, at the same time, you know there's people, you know, especially in California and other places, $5 a gallon for gas and $2,000 a month for a tiny efficiency or a one-bedroom apartment, and the food costs and everything else. How could that be sustainable for the majority of Americans that aren't making $100,000 or $200,000 a year? And we already know the statistics of how much money people make, which is $35,000 a year. The median household income is $75,000. So I don't get it. I understand that there's all these stories that people are just in debt on their credit cards. They're living on them. They're just running them up. This and that. But I see, or I thought months ago, that I would buy this coach and I would travel the country a little bit with the nice lady I had, and we would see lower prices than Florida, and it would look and feel inviting to where she would like it and say, yeah, I could live here, because she was the kind of person that you hear a name or you hear the idea of leaving and too much fear. So people don't know what they want until they get out and experience. Like, who would ever have thought Bullhead City, Arizona? This is not for everybody. I like it. But places that were closer to Florida, like Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia, I didn't know what this individual may like. But I thought if we had the camper and out enjoyed and traveled, that you're not going to just get a motel room and go to state, city to city, and go looking for apartments or homes to find the feeling. You'd be broke in about a week. So this was a kill of two birds with one stone. Travel, have a vacation, make YouTube, have a fun time, stay in RV parks, disconnect, and stay for a week there and go explore the area, see what it's like, get a feeling, and then, if we come together in the meeting of the minds and say, yeah, this is affordable and this is good. Or the second idea was to go off and do all this, and then the market would change. It would be a correction that we would, people keep speculating. There's all these YouTubers out there just making a fortune on stringing you on about the market crash, the real estate crash. They use these thumbnails with houses on fire. It's going to happen today. And yet it never happened. They just keep making these videos over and over and over. And people love it. They're watching. They're getting, I don't want to name those channels, but they're getting 50, 60, 80, 100,000 views per video saying the same thing about the economy. And it's just like watching CNN and Fox News. They say the same thing, looping it 24 hours a day. It's the same story. It hasn't ended. And people keep watching. They're hooked on negativity and possibility and drama and hopes and dreams. And so I was biting into a little bit of it, thinking logically, like, well, how could this be sustainable for very long without a correction? And so back to what I was trying to tell you is that I thought that with the camper we could have a little fun, and then there'd be a correction, and it would be out of the state of Florida, which I wanted to leave because there's too many people there, and the demographics and the types of people and the cultures it's such a mix. I'm tired of it. I grew up there and I remember a different time. This reminds me of the different time. But anyway, I digress. So that ended. It never came to pass. It was never going to happen, actually, I guess. Whatever. Moving on. So now I have it. And that's God's plan. Is just, you got a beautiful camper. A lot of your community said you could travel with it. And I didn't want to. I got the small one. I made a test run. And then I was able to sell it. And now, I mean, just the last few nights of finally not driving every day and sitting right over there in the parking lot of the Tropicana. I own it over there. I wake up every day. I've got all the electricity I want between my generator and batteries. And I'm in my bedroom and I'm laying down and I'm looking at how big it is with that bathroom right there. I'm like, this is like a small efficiency in the back of this coach. And I still have that other part up there, the living room where the other TV is, and that kitchen. And there's 2 doors. And on the outside, it doesn't really look that big. And this tows it fine. I was thinking, just travel right now. Just travel. You're not going to want to be here in this heat. Just travel. Make videos. Have a good time. Show the country. Show the community what's out there. Inspire. Give people the option to do something like this too. And then in the fall, come back here. There's all these RV parks that are cheap. And I can, have a full hookup connected right to the camper where I never have to worry about dumping or any of that stuff. It's just like being in a house. And really, even though it's not a house and it's not even a double wide mobile home, and it doesn't appreciate in value like a real sticks and bricks, it's a beautiful camper. And everybody around here is doing it. A lot of people are doing it. But if the Lord wills it, and a little further down the road, maybe during the fall, who knows, I will, and the correction happens after the election, whether he stays in or goes or somebody new pops up. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even want to talk about it. But if something does happen with the current administration or the next one, and it is a good thing for the country, then I'll act then. If it continues to do what it's doing now, while it seems to be to some eyeballs, like I just said a few minutes ago, everybody's all moneyed up, others are saying they're struggling. Something has to happen. People need help. Have you guys ever heard that saying? There was this famous guy, I think he's a German guy, I don't know if he's still alive. He said, "You will own nothing and be happy." And so I heard people talking yesterday, and I've heard it before, about Blackwell or Black Deed or Blacksmith, one of these big real estate companies that's like the largest in the world, and these other people that own all the stocks, that there's this conspiracy that they want to own it all and make us slaves, and we won't even own real estate. They want to bring us all into an urban area so that we can just work and slave. I don't know. We've already talked about how times are not the same as they used to be. Everybody, no matter what your age, never experienced what we experienced in 2020 of March, a pandemic. Nobody ever saw that coming. Nobody ever will probably see that again. I hope not. But I mean, a shutdown of the entire United States of America. I mean, what was that? It was nuts. And now it's all normal, except they reset everything to a whole new, they went from here and jumped everything to here, saying it's because of this and that and supplies and China and what people need to make to work, to earn, and how much more we gotta, all this stuff. You don't know what to believe. And you get plenty of people out there that'll speculate, though. That's why I keep my nose clean and focus on one thing, and that's upstairs. Because he knows your needs. He's always took care of me. And this whole thing about what I was going to do today with the realtor, I've postponed. Postponed. That's the key word. I have not decided against it, and that is my goal. I want you guys to know, this whole thing of living in a camper is new. I only did that because they raised rents, and I didn't want to pay high rent. I think it was smart. And then the only reason I bought the bigger one, of course, was for, we were going to make a collaboration. She was going to join, and we were going to go play around, travel. Not for permanent. Not for permanent. I want to live in a sticks and bricks like a normal person. But by myself, I don't need anything more than what I've got right now. I mean, it's still new. It works. Everything's perfect. It's shiny. I mean, it's not an old jalopy. You see these people, some people over there in that parking lot. I wonder what they're doing. I feel sorry for them. One guy's rear tires, I think both of them are off. He's on the ground. He's sitting like this. I don't know what's going on there. They don't seem to have any rules about how old your unit can be to park back there. And that's another thing about these RV parks you go to. One, they've been bought up by corporations, and they're ruining it for everybody that was paying cheap and were happy with status quo. Mom and pop owned it. Corporations come in, made an offer they can't refuse, overpaid for it, but they knew what they were doing. They put in a new sign or a new swimming pool, or repaint the clubhouse or build one or something, and then say, new lot rent that you never, it's like an HOA, you never stop paying. You're a prisoner to it. And you don't own the dirt anymore. A lot of these RV places in the past, and there's still some, you own your lot. You don't have a lot fee. But these are all different things. Right now, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm doing what I'm doing. God's got a plan for me, and I'm going to continue to crush it.